We're looking at minicamp and OTA practice clips, and today we're looking at the Denver Broncos, and we're looking at Bo Nix. We're forecasting out the training camp. We're looking at the Denver Broncos. This team is rather interesting, but before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're looking at practice. Training camp's going to be here soon. I will have the practice clips, the commentary, what we're seeing, what we're hearing from beat writers, your rookies, those guys climbing the depth chart. Those guys are drafted in fantasy football. It's all right here. Click that button. Stop missing out. But we're looking at Bo Nix. We're looking at the peripherals here for the Broncos. There's a lot to talk about here. 9.5 minutes of clips. Bo Nix going into year 2. And this is a fascinating team. We got some depth at wide receiver, and we got Courtland Sutton. We added Evan Engram. Evan Ingram's a great fit for Bo Nix. Because Evan Engram and Bo Nix, that short to intermediate part of the passing game, good fit. Bo Nix lives to play another down. He will not take that unnecessary risk. He'll push it downfield, but he won't put him outside of harm's way. He would not do that. And now you got Evan Engram and a steady tight end, a veteran here that's been around, that has athleticism, upper echelon of tight ends in the league. But we're looking at Bo Nix here. Going into year 2, we are the guy. This time last year, they were looking at all the quarterbacks. It was a battle. We had a good feeling Bo Nix was going to be the guy, but it was a battle going up into like the joint practices against the Packers where they were doing 2-minute drills, and Bo Nix was like 100% completion rate. He was looking like the starter. The other journeyman quarterbacks, I call the gatekeepers, he walked right through that gate. He won that job. That's when you knew he was going to be the guy. You knew it before it was going to be announced, and you also knew it going up to that, but that was when it was cemented. What I mean by you knew it going into that is the beat writers kind of took tabs of who was winning the practices each day, and Nix was getting them. Nix was getting them. Not all the time, but he was getting them. And from the beginning of rookie camp to OTAs to minicamp to end of training camp, he went wire to wire. He had a good rookie season. For a quarterback, that's a good rookie season. Like, you look at Peyton Manning, you look at other rookie quarterbacks, tons of interceptions, all that, and still bouncing back, having good careers. He had a good rookie season. And you got players around him. I like to see if Franklin can take off. Has that report from Oregon. Has a good prospect profile. Good production metrics to his name. We also added Bryant this offseason in the draft. Good athleticism there. That's an upside play. Vele going into another year, an older rookie last year, but very dependable. There's just a lot of options on this team. Marvin Mims, you can never forget about my favorite Marvin there. Marvin Mims, deep ball candidate on any given opportunity. Just a good wide receiver coming out of Oklahoma. Has a good profile to him. Very reliable. Has good hands. You add that with Evan Engram added. Courtland Sutton, the veteran. I think he's an underrated veteran wide receiver in this league. Like, he's not touted high enough, but this guy can really be productive, and he helps Bo Nix immensely. We added J.K. Dobbins and RJ Harvey this year, and RJ Harvey is going to be the long-term running back here. He's going to be the focal point. J.K. Dobbins is going to be the buffer back. The buffer back, as in allowing RJ Harvey to develop without getting so much workload where it impacts the latter part of his career, where you're going to get a lot of him in the back end of that rookie contract, him being upright, healthy, and fresh. But J.K. Dobbins had a good season last year, but does not have to be the guy. Just working with Harvey. Harvey's good at catching the ball downfield. He's good between the tackles. And we've seen this in camp covering RJ Harvey. He moves laterally well. He's twitched up. He has a good frame to him. Shorter but compact. He can handle a full workload. Bo Nix going into year 2, there's a lot to be excited about him. Spreading the ball around, more confident in himself. We're seeing that. We're also seeing that in some of these drills where he's taking command, where he's leading the charge with the other quarterbacks, letting people know where they need to be. Like, this is his offense now, and he knows it. This time last year, he didn't know that. He was just fighting. He was stacking days, and he kept stacking days. And now we got to this point. He climbed his way up the depth chart, technically, throughout those practices, won the job. He won it fast. He won that job fast. And you're looking at Bo Nix here, spraying the ball all over the yard. Accurate quarterback, doesn't throw many interceptions. Smart with it. We got a strong defense. I think that's understated when you talk about Bo Nix. Like, you can live to play for another down because you know that defense is going to hold up more often than not. And then those moments where we make those plays, that's when you get it. Now we added assets to the run game here, helping out the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos are probably going to be better than what you realized this year. I said that last year. Said that last year in the offseason as we saw Bo Nix. Bo Nix was a player, a quarterback that wasn't highly touted during the Senior Bowl. He was actually a little bit off during the Senior Bowl. He didn't have his best moments, but turned it on. And one thing you look at during his collegiate career, as you go back looking over that, is the experience factor. Just a lot of reps, different teams, Auburn, Oregon. And you saw him just get better over the course of his career. You saw him put up numbers. And the fact that he got better throughout his career is something to look at. Not the fact that he was just making play after play or he finished strong. You just look at the end or you look at the beginning and you try to focus on that. It's the fact that he got better and that we're capable of putting in that work and developing over time. That's what you're getting with Bo Nix. That's why we're excited about him going into year 2. Because we have the potential to develop and get better. We've shown that at a rapid pace. Because we've seen that in college. And I have a feeling we're going to do that now with the Broncos. Sean Payton's excited about RJ Harvey. Excited. I think he's going to be a big weapon for this team. I think that's going to materialize this year somewhere down the line. Could be early, could be late, could be middle of the year, could be around Halloween time. I think we're going to go into 2026 and be feeling very good about RJ Harvey. That is my main take. We're going to be feeling very good about RJ Harvey going into 2026. I think Bo Nix, fantasy-wise, he's going to be a late-round quarterback that you stream with, but he's going to have his moments. He had his moments last year in fantasy. He was a pickup off the waiver wire. He was in the waiver wire content every week in the back half of that season. He gets you a little bit of a rushing floor, but on top of that, he's very stable with the football. He does not make too many mistakes. That defense is very locked down, and they're in some matchups where the pace of play is slower. It's just gritty games, and it is what it is. So that's going to impact his upside at the quarterback position when it comes to just sheer fantasy production. Not a sheer runner, not like a Lamar Jackson or anything like that. So you're not going to get that floor. But on top of that, though, you're going to get a steady quarterback with weapons around him that could exceed expectations that you can play matchups with pretty good. Because he is going to be in some moments, too. On the contrary, arguing against myself, which really wasn't like a point that I had emotion towards, that they're going to be in matches where they're going to have to push the pace, too. That's just how it is. But they got a good defense where they can slow things down if the other team can't get going, if they can't figure it out. Bo Nix is in a good situation here, football-wise, to take a step forward. I say football-wise because I'm not talking fantasy. But if I'm a Broncos fan, I'm excited about the leadership we got here. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the experience factor Bo Nix has. Like, I'm excited that we're going into year 2, a lot of experience in college. We proved ourselves in multiple different ways during our rookie season. We added some talent to this team. And there's some players on this roster that are going into year 2 that are younger that could take a step forward. And if that happens and Bo Nix is just incrementally getting better, that could be enough for him to take off. That could be enough to get you deeper into the playoffs. That's enough to allow you to be more explosive, to move the chains better. This whole offense could be way more effective. But Bo Nix going into year 2, that's rather exciting. Like I'm saying, he's taken command. This is his team now. You're seeing that more, especially compared to last year. He is like a player coach now. This is going to help the team. This is going to help the entire offense. Bo Nix looking good going into year 2. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.